Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are going to see what if every NBA team's best player returned to the team that drafted them. So the way we're going to be doing this is, for example, you got LeBron James. He's the best player on the Los Angeles Lakers, so he is going to be returning to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, there is a few cases where teams such as the Denver Nuggets, their best player Jokic, or even Jamal Murray, guys like that, they drafted those guys. So each team, it's going to be their best player that was drafted by a different team. So on the Denver Nuggets, their best available that was drafted by a different team was actually Paul Millsap. So really it awards teams that have kept the guys and really developed the really good players out there, man. So yeah, it should definitely be a very interesting video. It was really interesting making this roster and everything. It's just seeing how the NBA would change today. So we are going to go through all the teams. I'm going to tell you guys all the changes, all that good stuff. And we're going to see what these starting fives look like. So for the Philadelphia 76ers, they ended up getting Vucevic. Vucevic was drafted by them. I believe played there his rookie season, then ended up getting traded to the Orlando Magic. They did lose Al Horford, though he was drafted by the Hawks. For the Milwaukee Bucks, this is one of the teams that kind of got screwed over because their best player, Giannis, they developed him, but they've not really like traded any players away that became like the best player someplace else. So they pretty much just lost Chris Middleton. In a way, it kind of balances out the league maybe a little bit. I think we'll kind of see that trend as we go through these rosters here. Chicago Bulls, they got Jimmy Butler, and they got Nurkic. Nurkic was the best available from the Trailblazers, as Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum were both drafted by the Trailblazers, and Nurkic, of course, was originally actually drafted by the Chicago Bulls, and I think he was actually traded to the Denver Nuggets on draft night. But you also got Jimmy Butler, who was drafted by the Bulls from the Heat. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they are going to be getting Andrew Wiggins and LeBron James, so that's going to be very interesting to see how those guys work out with the backcourt of Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. For the Boston Celtics, like I said earlier, man, this is the team that kind of got screwed over. They lost out on Kemba Walker, and they didn't really gain anybody else back because they had all those Brooklyn Nets draft picks, and they've kept pretty much all the guys that they have drafted in the past recent years. For the Clippers, they gained Blake Griffin from the Detroit Pistons, although they did lose Kawhi Leonard, who was drafted by the Pacers. For the Grizzlies, this team changed quite a bit, man. You got Kyle Lowry as the point guard. We got John Morant at the 2 spot. Going to put Brandon Clark at the 3, Jaren Jackson at the 4. And Kevin Love was drafted by the Grizzlies, then traded to the Timberwolves for, I believe, OJ Mayo on draft night. Yes, that was that. For the Atlanta Hogs, this team is actually low-key pretty damn cool, man. You got Devontae Graham. He was drafted originally by the Hawks. You got Luka Doncic, who was swapped for Trae Young on draft night. Kelly Oubre was actually drafted by this team. I did not know that. I thought he was drafted by the Wizards, but his draft rights were traded to the Washington Wizards. And, of course, Al Horford, all those years ago, drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. So this team looks really nice, man. I'm very curious what they are going to do out there in this simulation. For the Miami Heat, another team that kind of got screwed over, simply just lost Jimmy Butler. For the Charlotte Hornets, they got Kemba Walker back, leading the team at the point guard spot, although Devontae Graham, most improved player if you ask me, man. Utah Jazz, this team, they originally drafted Paul Millsap. Thomas Bryant was originally drafted by them. Of course, Donovan Mitchell was drafted by the Denver Nuggets, so he ended up going over to that team. For the Sacramento Kings, no changes to this team whatsoever except losing Buddy Hield. For the New York Knicks, they did not gain anybody. They just lost Julius Randle. For the Los Angeles Lakers, this team looks pretty different out there, man. You got D'Lo at point guard, the best drafted player on the Warriors, because Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was drafted by a team by the Warriors originally. You got Brandon Ingram, and you got Julius Randle. So they are all going to be inserted in this lineup. And, of course, Anthony Davis, just by like a smidge, was not listed as the best player on the Lakers. So he, of course, is going to stay. For the Orlando Magic, looking at Victor Oladipo, but they lost Vucevic. So we'll see how that kind of balances itself out. For the Dallas Mavericks, you have now Trae Young as your point guard, but you still keep Kristaps Porzingis because he was not the best player. For the Brooklyn Nets, they lost Kevin Durant, and yeah, that's it. They just lost Kevin Durant. Sorry to say. Denver Nuggets, they lost Paul Millsap. This is one of those cases where it's like you get awarded for investing in your players, because they don't lose Jokic because he was drafted. They don't lose Jamal Murray. They lost Paul Millsap, but they gained Donovan Mitchell. So yeah, that team gets a lot better just for that reason. For the Indiana Pacers, they gained Kawhi Leonard, but of course Victor Oladipo went over to the Orlando Magic. For the Pelicans, you get Chris Paul on the team, and you get Buddy Hield to team up with everybody else there. I mean, Zion's not listed as the best player. Maybe eventually he gets there, but yeah, I think it was a tie between Ingram and Drew Holiday, and I decided to go with Ingram. For the Detroit Pistons, they lose Blake Griffin, but we do get Chris Middleton. He's one of those players that they drafted and traded to the Bucks, and the Bucks just heavily invested in Chris Middleton, believed in him. He became an all-star player. So as a Piston fan, I'm happy to have him back for this video. For the Toronto Raptors, they get DeMar DeRozan and Jonas Valanciunas back on the team. So, yep, they return there. For the Houston Rockets, they lose James Harden, and that's it. They didn't get nobody else back, unfortunately speaking, but Russell Westbrook can still get the job done by himself. For the San Antonio Spurs, they lost DeRozan. That's it. No gained players. For the Phoenix Suns, they lost... Yeah, it was Kelly Oubre. They lost him, and they didn't get anybody else back. For the OKC Thunder, they got James Harden and Kevin Durant. This team, I think, probably wins the championship. I don't see any other team out there. You know, I talked about the balance of the league, but this actually became low-key unbalanced, man. That's absolutely crazy lineup right there for them. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, they did get Zach LaVine on the team. Team up with Karl-Anthony Towns. For the Trailblazers, this team's exactly the same. Their player that got traded away was Nurkic, but he's been injured all season anyway, so they still got their same starting five. And then the Warriors lost D'Angelo Russell as Stephen Clay was drafted by this team, but they did not gain anybody else back. And then the Washington Wizards, they lost... No, they didn't do anything. Theirs was Thomas Bryant. Yeah, he was the best player that was not originally drafted by this team, so he went to the Utah Jazz. So yeah, man, these teams looking absolutely crazy. I think the team I am going to follow is this OKC Thunder team. I want to see how James Harden, you know, being the new MVP superstar player he is, could play with Kevin Durant. I think that'll be a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Do you like your team currently, how it's constructed in real life, or do you like this new team based off these draft stipulations? Let's go ahead, simulate this season, and see how this new look NBA is. Okay, so a record of 53-28 for the OKC Thunder. That's really good, but I was expecting like a mid-60s win team. Like, I was expecting they could have been that. So I'm really curious what the conference standings exactly are looking like. Finished with a W on the season, 112-100. We got Luka Doncic getting MVP for the Atlanta Hawks. 30 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Those are definitely MVP numbers. Zion as Rookie of the Year. We got Bjelica as sixth man. We got Kawhi Leonard, defensive player on the Indiana Pacers, scoring actually down quite a bit. Luka most improved, and Brad Stevens. You know what? You gotta give a W in the chat, man, for the Boston Celtics. They literally lost Kemba Walker, but they got the Coach of the Year and probably the best record in the entire NBA. That's actually hell of impressive right there, man. All-NBA first team, we got All-NBA second and All-NBA third, looking like that. There we go. So we got the Lakers. Wow, Lakers in first place. I guess Anthony Davis don't need LeBron James. We got Utah as 8th, Clippers, Golden State, OKC, and Memphis. Wow, OKC third, I was not expecting that. We got Denver second, that's kind of realistic. Them just getting Donovan Mitchell and stuff and just losing Paul Millsap. Then they got Houston over here. We got Boston, Cleveland. So LeBron James with this new team was able to only get 8th in the Eastern Conference. I don't know about that one, 2K. And then we got Toronto, Detroit, Philly, Atlanta, and Indiana with Kawhi and the Chicago Bulls. Let's go to these player stats real quick. I'm going to scroll through it very quickly right here just so you can see how your favorite team did, how some of the top players did as they acquired them on the team. I'll try to show everybody if somebody like changed, but in some cases, like, they didn't really get any players, so you're not going to really see too much on there anyway. But I don't know, it's definitely interesting. So LeBron James 26, 9, and 10. Wiggins killed it too. I don't know how this team did not or only got the 8th spot. Brad Wanamaker, low-key, actually played pretty damn solid for the Boston Celtics to kind of get them to that, you know, best record in the Eastern Conference. So yeah, everything looking good out here, man. Nothing absolutely crazy with the numbers. I do want to see this Lakers team real quick here, though. Yeah, that's a good-looking team. Probably could have put, like, Ingram at the 2, and maybe I could have started Kyle Kuzma, but it's all good. Nothing wrong with the little bench scoring. Yo, Trae Young, Kristaps Porzingis, dynamic duo if I've ever seen one myself. Mitchell at 22-20 for Jokic. Kawhi and Brogdon, that just seems like the most perfect fit ever. That'd be like the most like intelligent basketball team I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Milton, 19 points. I like to see it. Russell Westbrook, LaMarcus Aldridge. We're back to the OKC Thunder. 28, 6, and 4 for Kevin Durant. 25. Wow, only 4 rebounds for James Harden. Is his rebounds down that much this year? Like, I guess you got Steven Adams grabbing the boards, but I mean, James Harden has Russell Westbrook and Clint Capella on his team, so I was not expecting only 4 a game. It's all good, though. Let's go ahead and see who wins this all. I'm still banking on OKC, but damn, Boston's making me a believer where I low-key want to root for them. Simulate round right here. I don't know, maybe Kemba Walker's No, Boston Celtics are really good. What am I saying? I'm just saying. It's like, of course, that got to be the first team gone, right? Come on, 2K. Of course, that's got to be the first team gone. Philadelphia 76ers gone. Warriors gone. Okay. Chicago Bulls gone. Cavaliers gone. Man, dude. LeBron James, no respect whatsoever. So that's the teams that is left. Wow, Dallas Mavericks didn't make it with Trae Young instead of Luka. But, damn, Luka is leading the Atlanta Hawks team. My God, man. Look like about to knock him out. Yeah, wow, they did. They absolutely did. Luka knocked out Kawhi Leonard. So we have, and Toronto beat Boston in 7 games. It's crazy. Lakers over Clippers, no surprise there. And OKC over the Denver Nuggets. Okay, so Atlanta making me a believer now. Simulate round. See who gets to the finals. And the Hawks are gone. And the OKC Thunder's gone. So we got the Lakers, man. Even without LeBron, the Lakers are still dominant as heck in 2K. It's absolutely crazy. And Toronto, I'm very surprised by this team. Like, Fred VanVleet's cool. DeRozan, maybe he's only allowed to be a superstar when he plays for the Raptors. Maybe they should go ahead and get him back. I don't really know, man. Then Siakam with Valanciunas. Interesting, I guess. But, yeah, was not expecting the Toronto Raptors in the NBA Finals on this video. And the winner is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis, as your Finals MVP. I mean, you know, D'Lo and AD, that's a nice, and the way Ingram's been playing this season. So I guess if this shows anything, it shows that the Lakers in real life have traded away the most talent. Which they had to do. They had to do that to get LeBron James. I mean, that's plain and simple, right? But yeah, guys, that is the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Just remember to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and check out my second channel, Extra Crispy, for daily NBA content over there. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.